I don't
Yeah,
know if you all remember Kevin Little, Mr.
of
Turn Me
course.
On.
Yeah, yeah. Still match the club.
Yeah, you know, with that one song.
Yeah.
So Mr. Turn Me On, Kevin Little, had some words to say about his hit in comparison to people like Marshall and like Bungie. And even though his hit, his one hit wonder song, Turn Me On, is featuring a local artist, a Trinidadian artist, Spranger Benz. A lot of people don't seem to remember that, but it is what it is. Anyway, I'm gonna play the clip for the listeners so you know exactly what we're talking about.
With one hit.
Yeah.
That one hit took him all over the world. But
Yeah.
then you got all the other artists with lots of hits that never crossed over, but inside the genre itself, they got a lot of hits. How do you respond to that?
Well, the thing is, I have hits inside the genre, and I mean, I'm not knocking Bungie, knocking Marshall or any of them, but you know that soca music doesn't cross over like that, and a lot of the hits you hear in the Caribbean, they don't really make money. They play their hits for Caribbean people, but they're not hits anywhere else. So my one big hit is worth about 30, 40 of one hit from Marshall, from a Bungie, from I don't know whoever name you want to call. My one hit is 100 times.
Yeah, so Kevin Little had those words to say about his one hit in comparison to the other hits in the Caribbean. What are your takes on it?
There is some truth to his statement. I can see some is truth because I think Marshall has, well, one song maybe that I are aware of that went out back to MTV and all that stuff back in the day. But and Kevin Little's song still goes. But like if you go to like more urban parties and stuff, you do hear Marshall Montana and stuff. Even when you go to them basement parties and stuff. But if you go to most clubs and stuff, most clubs I go to, UK or Trinidad, yeah, you hear Turn Me On casually and stuff like that. So his point of where he said, but I don't believe he could say 40 of their songs he could do one. I ain't gonna go with them numbers. But I understand his mentality, I guess, we say that. But still, you only have one song to their 40 and Marshall has pushed out way more than that. So what are you gonna say about that then? That's my views.
Oh, well, you can.
Yeah, the number I think he's just exaggerating with the 40. I think he just means a lot, like by a lot, which to a degree I have to agree with it because it's like Turn Me On was like an international hit. It wasn't just like an American hit. It wasn't a Caribbean hit. It was an international hit, and it's like I think that was the one that got sampled by Chris Brown on one of his tunes later on. Yeah, and then so the popularity of that just got recycled again, and it's sad that it's like he's talking about all of those three like about their old tunes and how they have nothing new to keep them relevant. That's a bit sad, but I have to agree with him that it's, by far he's probably had the biggest hit out of those three. Maybe not 40, but I feel that's just an exaggeration.
Yeah, you know, on some level I do agree with him. It's kind of a "but did he lie though" statement. You know, I remember hearing his song all the way in Kuwait, as censored as it may have been. It was it was
How much words was in that song?
right. I mean, they missed a couple things because obviously you're not gonna understand the sort of they're not gonna understand the accent, but he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Monetarily speaking, and if you're talking about money, his one hit, I could probably agree with him with his exact numbers, 30 or 40 times either of their hits. You know, his music, that one song is sampled all over the place. You have a whole bunch of pasty white people covering it and all sorts of guitars and different tones and different moods and feelings and whatnot. I heard it in Turkey. Some Turkish fellow with a stringy, like hipsterish beard was strumming along on a guitar, singing it in a lounge. Who would have expected to hear it all the way over there, right? But monetarily speaking, I don't disagree with him. My problem with it comes from how we as the Caribbean define success. Seeing as we're talking about music specifically, I will keep it music. Why do we look to the American or the European standards for our own accreditation, our own like levels of success? If, for example, we had Olatunji the other day, he was on X Factor, was it? He made a big
Yep.
splash on X Factor. I had no idea who Olatunji was. I knew his one song, that body right or body rock or whatever the name of his song was. I knew that song. That's the only song I knew from him because I lived outside of Trinidad for a while. So that's the song that I heard from him. I didn't hear anything else from him, and even if I did, I didn't know who sang it. So when he sang that one, I was like, of course he's gonna sing this one because it's his most popular song to me. But apparently it wasn't. Down here in Trinidad, when he debuted on X Factor, some videos came out where he was performing that same song for local audiences, and no one was really feeling it. I mean, granted, different cultures and whatnot are gonna enjoy different things, right? But that's just one example to show, well, we don't seem to appreciate our own in Trinidad and Tobago, and probably in the Caribbean as a whole. I can't speak for the rest of the Caribbean, but it is what it is. You know, how long is it going to be until we have our own award shows, and then how long is it going to be until those award shows get its own like audience? How long until people are actually tuning in, voting? Do we have a community that is already doing this and we don't know about it because it's not marketed well? These are always problems that we seem to have here in Trinidad, and I really wish we would take ourselves seriously. I think it's a massive waste of time to constantly be looking for this outside appreciation in terms of success and these outside measures of success. When you look at the Nigerian music scene, they have popped off on their own. I don't know what's going on over there, but we hear Nigerian music all the time. In like American music, you hear it in Trinidadian music. I mean, granted, it's part of the diaspora or whatever, but we hear it, right? It has penetrated most markets, and not because they get massive awards or whatever. There is no Nigerian Music Award for Grammys or Oscar Grammys and BET Hip Hop and MTV. There's no
You'll get shifted into the international artists.
Exactly. They're not even counted in. Let's say a Nigerian guy makes a hip hop album, he's not gonna be in the running for best album of the year.
No.
It's all American artists. So where is the Caribbean Music Awards?
You know what? I got a business plan, Nigo. I got a business plan, Nigo. As you say that, I got a plan. I'll talk to you after this. I'll talk to you after the podcast.
We're about to start it.
Hey, don't give away our business model, yo.
It's already out there. It's already out there.
Like, unless you can do it between the 3 days that we post the podcast.
It's out there, bro. It's out there. But
yeah, but there's no Caribbean one. We're about to start a franchise here, bro.
I mean, I would love to. I really would love to, and I hope that if someone doesn't do it, maybe we'll do it. Who knows? Maybe we'll start giving out fucking awards, podcast awards, and the dysfunctional award show. We'll come with something. Something's in the works.
My business plan.
Something's in the works. Tune in next week for the awards. Well, yeah, I mean, this is the thing. Where is our own appreciation, right?
I agree with you with always looking outside for that form of validation. Like, oh yeah, I made it, instead of just being happy. And I think the only kind of awards we remember have is like Soca Monarch and stuff. That's the only thing we actually look towards ourselves to, I think, for that. But outside of that, yeah,
I mean, look at Carnival. Every year for Carnival, you hear this sort of these whispers of, oh, Jamaica gonna have a better Carnival this year, and Barbados gonna have a better Carnival, and St. Lucia gonna have a better Carnival. Everyone knows Trinidad and Tobago has the best carnival. Trinidad in particular has the best carnival out of all of them. Right?
Agreed.
We all know this. This is like, it is known. Yani, what are you going to do? Alright? Every year there's this sort of Jamaica has the best carnival, whatever. Every time they talk about carnival, they say, oh, it's it's a 2-day party, a street party or whatever, and everybody just drink and wine, and there's a whole bunch of drunken nonsense, but it's not. Carnival is a lot more than that. Oftentimes you would say, oh, you pay $6,000 for a costume to wine and jam on the road, but you're paying $6,000 for an experience that you will get nowhere else, right? You're paying $6,000 not just for your costume, but you're paying for drinks and food and shelter and all these things that mass bands provide. Why are we trying to get this outside validation, as I said? Everything that threatens Trinidadian Carnival is right here in Trinidad and Tobago.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, everything, because it's the people that sell it short. We do not take pride in our own products, in our own export. Some people do, but it's not enough. And I think just like with Carnival, the music, and other forms of media, we have a lot of filmmakers. We have a lot of animators who are selling themselves short, or people are selling them short, not giving themselves a chance to and not building the structures to celebrate themselves, because at the end of the day, that's what you have to do. You have to build the structure to celebrate yourself. They didn't have BET Awards and MTV Music Awards and all this shit, years ago. They have it now. They have it for as long as I've been alive. They've had it, but it wasn't there before. Someone decided, hey, let's recognize our artists, let's recognize our actors and our actresses and whatnot. So, I look forward to someone starting it.
Yo, I have a business plan. Stop talking about the plan, please. After the podcast, spend half an hour, and we're gonna talk, and we're gonna do something. Don't worry about that.
In our time.
Stay tuned. Yeah. Stay tuned for the next Caribbean Awards. Stay tuned.
We're gonna cut this whole segment from the